All right. We got what we need. All good. Everything's fine. Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. Okay. Had to kind of do like a last minute little minor check here to make sure that was all nothing on fire because God forbid things happen. All right, cool. You like jazz? Oh, that'd be funny. I need to start bringing back sound alerts again. Honestly, so bad about doing that. I'm so bad about incorporating sound alerts on my streams again. You like jazz? All right, epic. All right, cool. I had to make sure that was like actually like visibly functioning, you know? What's up, Save? Good to see you. Welcome in. Hoping a good time and a great day. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing a last little checkerino up in here, but otherwise good to see you here in the stream today. Oh, yeah. First time early in the stream. Hey, yo, you know, there's no such thing as late in these streams, you know? You show up when you can, and we love to see it. But yeah, we got a fair amount of bits and bobs to do today. We got a lot of got some design projects to smash out today. We're gonna try to be very productive. We're gonna try to be very very active today in terms of like our various project worlds tonight. So it's gonna be big, gonna be huge. All right, yeah, we got sea otter colors already. All right, so then we gotta go over to this design, which I really hate this. I don't like this design as much because like this design tends to be a bit of a pain in the butt when it comes to how it looks when it's small like this. I could probably do like Zoo Atlanta and then Georgia on the bottom. How do you add these text and VTuber things to your screen? Well, Save, it's a simple thing over on your on like OBS, where all you simply do is just incorporate you just add elements. It doesn't really take that much to add things to your screens. You sent me a DM. Thanks, Tatum, for letting me know. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Welcome in. Good to have you here in the stream today. Trying to see if I can get this all proper. Okay, so yeah, I think on this design, we'll probably end up doing Zoo Atlanta, and then we're gonna do Georgia on this guy. So yeah, Zoo Atlanta on the top half, and then we'll do Georgia on the bottom half. Get rid of all this unnecessary tracking, because my god. We should do it, but I'm broke fuck. Hey, yo, you know, believe it or not, you never need to worry about donating, you know? The best thing you can donate is your time, and I love seeing you guys here in the stream, because believe it or not, the more you guys hang out in streams and chat, the more YouTube sees my channel being moderately active. And same thing goes on any platform, you know? Like, the best way you can support any streamer that you like to enjoy and watch with, you know, just donating your time is more than enough, you know? Donating your time is more than enough. All right, let's see if I can figure out a... Yeah, Zoo Atlanta, Georgia. We're gonna grab... We'll grab this thing here. All right, 22 point size. Honestly, let's get rid of all the tracking on this thing. The drying process is going super well. Nice. Love that, Britton. Love that for you. Hell yeah. Glad to hear that it's getting a little bit better as time goes on, you know? Patience is always a good thing, you know? You come at them like this, you're probably gonna hug you tightly. I mean, you know, it just comes down to just paying, like, you know, mutual respect to an individual and a person, you know? Like, I don't really have to try that hard to, you know, pay someone any mind. Because... yeah, you know, it doesn't really require me to try that hard when it comes to, you know, speaking to someone respectfully. So very, very thankful that I can be seen as a respectful individual, you know? I mean, like, the only people that I'll talk like smack to respectfully is like, you know, my friends or people who come into stream enough, and it's like we make that like connection. Because, like, the biggest situation is, like, you know, overall, when it comes to just how, you know, I try to interact with my audience, it's really big for me to, you know, have that connection with you guys to make sure that you guys all feel welcome, you guys all feel like you're able to enjoy yourselves and, you know, hang out. And it takes a lot, you know, it takes a lot of effort and time to, you know, learn how to talk to your audience and your people properly, because... you know, not everybody receives the same treatment when they come into streams, you know. Some people come into stream and they feel like they are quote unquote neglected, you know. I feel like being is gonna be cute because I could be a kind of officer, you know. I mean, hey, that's always possible. But yeah, no, like, I always try to do what I can to make sure that if you do come into stream, I want to make sure you guys feel welcomed. I want to make sure you guys feel like you can, you know, talk reasonably in stream. And of course, there are moments where it's like, hey, I know you're trying to be chill and vibey, but like, hey, what you're doing is not how I want my stream to go. Like, it takes a lot to like build that community, you know? Because like the hardest part I find a lot of times is that like, you gotta try to like educate people without demanding them to, without like being too demanding. Because like, for example, you know, you're gonna come into the stream for the first time and you may have different levels of what you consider to be publicly acceptable humor. Now, me, I might have a different version of acceptable humor in terms of a public setting, you know? Like, there are people out there who will come into a stream and they'll pop in like the most low-key racist jokes possible, which admittedly can be funny, but unfortunately, due to the mood of the stream, it's not really the best situation. So like, it's hard to like, you gotta like find a way to give out subtle hints, you know? Breadstick, good to see you, welcome in. But there is sometimes in the world that could land in your streams. Oh yeah, there's I mean, it's the internet, Britain. There's always gonna be some schmuck who ruins the vibe or just doesn't really know how to do things. I mean, hell, when we were doing that Minecraft modded roulette day, you know, where I was playing like that zombie mod Minecraft, there was a guy who was throwing around some of the most vile name callings I've ever had in my stream in a very long time. And it was just copy paste vile, absolutely vile words. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't need to be like that. The thing is, hey, now. Yeah, like that, for example, like that's a comment that's not really necessary in a stream, but thankfully YouTube saw that as a problem. But save like those kind of comments, you know, like although they're not inherently bad, it's one of those things where like that's not really what we need to say, you know. And it's a very problematic road, you know. Because, you know, no matter like how it goes, ladies and gentlemen, like you gotta understand that, you know, it's not as like black and white as some people like make it out to be. It's not as black and white as some people make it out to be. Like there's a lot of layers to it. At the end of the day, you know, it's just a matter that we have to it's just like one of those things where you gotta be very mindful and understand that like every stream is different, every community is very different, you know. Like even like when you look at like other VTuber communities, you know, like for example, like you know, for example, like I'm very big about big about monitoring my chat at all times. Like I'm very huge about constantly trying to do what I can to, you know, make sure everything feels good, people are, like I said, feeling welcomed and all that, because I focus more on my chat most of the time compared to the game. And now, admittedly, there are times when I do personally get a little bit too distracted, and I do kind of hyper focus. But like 9 times out of 10, I'm always more about the chat than the game, you know, because like I have like a big old window of the YouTube chat right in my face, and I'm always constantly seeing what you guys are talking about, you know. Because like I always have a not necessarily a fear, but I have a big situation where I fear a lot of times like what can be said in my chat, and I don't want people to ever get crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of levels, there's a lot of layers to it, you know. But the thing is, you start your streams an hour forward when I get home at 3 p.m. Crazy. You know, that's always like the wild thing about like time zones too, you know? Like, I try to be very like aware of like, you know, what times it is out there in the world. And yeah, like I know for a lot of people, like I'm starting streams at like close to their bedtime or like late afternoons. Which is the one thing I will say I like about my time zone when I get to stream my job, is that like my job allows me to stream at a pretty goated time of the day. Like I wish I could stream my gaming streams around this time of the day, because it'd be so awesome to just to have that, you know. No, you're all good, Brandon. Like I said, you know, it comes down to necessity. Like I said, as long as you're above the age of 16 in the Discord, and if I feel like I need mod roles, if I need mods to kind of help fill up the gap a little bit, I'd be more than happy to accept you into the mod community, you know? Because like, Brandon, you've been in here for a good while, and I do think I have a pretty good understanding like how you speak and you know that. So it just comes down to steps, you know? But yeah, like for me, it's like I never thought the day would come that I would actually need to have mods in my streams, because like for myself, you know, there's just so like for example, you know, like on Twitch, I have never had the necessity of mods, because my Twitch streams were always like super my Twitch streams have always been super quiet, and And, you know, for the most part, I never really needed a mod because most of the time there was the Twitch auto mod going around, or, you know, it's just, they had a lot of reasons to, not require it. Whereas on YouTube, a whole different story. YouTube, I get some of the most rambunctious left field individuals possible, and sometimes like I do want to focus on the game compared to like like policing my chat all the time. And there's situations where like having mods are so huge. Like having a mod available is just such a W thing to have, because like it feels good knowing that a mod can come in, check you guys out and say, hey, how we doing, hey, what's going on, and then out of nowhere it's like bam, people throwing crazy jokes that I didn't even catch. But the thing is, at least you're getting 3 people. I get like 0 people on my streams. It's just demotivates me to go streaming. Well, Save, the biggest situation though is like I stream very frequently and I also post content very frequently. Like the biggest thing is like, nowadays streaming is not, you're not able to necessarily grow from just streaming anymore. Like you have to give people content that makes you stand out besides just being a random individual, because nowadays anyone and their mother can stream, anyone and their mother can stream, and it just exists, and what I mean by that is like, for example, like I stream my artwork and I make content that I feel like allows me to, be separating from like the common rabble. Don't know why I'm calling it the rabble, but for now, sure. But like, you gotta make a lot of content very frequently to show people that you're doing more than just sitting in front of a computer, pressing the go live button, and then you're just praying for something else to happen. Like genuinely, it is. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But if I were a mod, like anything racist would be gone 3 seconds or something, but that doesn't come, but it can still happen. But as this channel is small, the chat is easy to read and spot bad stuff. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. No, that's the one nice thing about like having a smaller channel is that like, the one thing I will say I love about my smaller channel is that I feel like I'm able to very actively and almost constantly have a genuine connection with y'all, I get to talk to you guys, and I get to, in my eyes, learn so much about you all that it really helps me. It really assists me with my overall ability to connect with my chat. Because again, like at the end of the day, guys, you guys are the people who are gonna help me become one day of a larger and larger individual, and granted, like, am I doing every possible thing that I could do to grow my channel? Probably not. I'm still probably putting if I'm being like genuinely awesome at stuff, I'm probably somewhere along the range of like putting like 70 to 60% of my efforts and ability into all of my content, because unfortunately, like, I still have a lot of like IRL responsibilities, and I'm still like doing my job and all that. Like, I feel like if I was a full-time YouTuber to the point where like I only had to worry about doing YouTube to earn money, I would stream for 6 to 8 hours during this time frame, and then I would spend the rest of the day doing editing, husbandly stuff, and prep work for like other types of content, and I feel like I've been able to like really focus on doing something like that, just because I have been very active I wasn't very active during December, Do you even have an editor? I actually do, Britton. My man Geldon is a buddy of mine, as well as my channel editor, who he and I kind of work together very frequently to try to do a bunch of different types of content, different types of work together, and different suggestions too. And I'm very thankful to have like someone like that in my, for lack of better words, team, because like one of the biggest things that like when it comes to like being a creator is that you can do like being a solo creator is obviously, you know, the way that it goes. Everyone does everything by themselves, and that's just how it is, you know. But like I was very blessed to earn an editor through very convenient situations, and you know, I'm very thankful to have an individual who just, you know, is willing to like work with me and try to like, you know, collaborate, but still be moderately honest when it comes to like, hey, here's a cool idea, hey, here's an idea, you know. Like there's a lot of situations where I would love to go back to some of like our older content and like find, I want to make shorts of my older content, because like I just would love to like figure out a way to, you know, make my content, you know, appear to more places and more people, you know. Honestly, who's your favorite YouTuber? Like honestly, depending on the work you do, you wouldn't be on YouTube that much, but surely I'm curious. For me, Save, I don't, well, the thing with me, like with like YouTubers, right, is like I don't watch YouTubers to watch YouTube as much anymore, mostly because I'm either A, too busy with my own personal content, or B, the people that I used to love watching have kind of graduated from doing YouTube frequently and have become either podcasters or business owners. So like I'm a part of like the old like 2012 era of YouTube, so like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Vanos Gaming, like that kind of crew, Russian Badger, you know. And Ninja, you know, actually I didn't really watch Ninja. I used to watch a lot of like Halo montages with Ninja back when he was a professional Halo player. But other than that, I don't really, like I said, I don't really watch YouTube as much as I used to, you know? Because like my favorite kind of YouTubes were always like those Let's Play style videos. Because like I don't like the crazy brain rot challenges where it's like, all right, we are gonna go ahead and do this one thing where I'm going to suddenly we have to destroy 50 million blocks in Minecraft in 24 hours, or we're gonna delete our channel, you know? Like those just like really like weird, blatant rage, not even rage bait, just freaking you know, clickbaity sort of things, you know? I used to love where it's like, all right, here's Gmod prop hunt series, here's gameplay video of a certain video game, you know? Like I would love to, I wish Let's Play content would come back, you know? I wish Let's Play content would come back, because those were the jams, those were the days, just having content available to, you know, watch and learn about a game. Because yeah, I just miss those days, man. I miss the days of just like old-fashioned stuff. So yeah, you'd be surprised like how much like content creation has really changed over the years, you know. Okay. Blue and yellow. But brain rot's most common. Yeah. Or like, today guys, we're going to try to get 6,700 likes or 7 likes. And today we're playing Steal a Brain Rot and Brain Rot Abyss. I mean, you know, and like the biggest thing to remember too is like, you know, YouTube is a different animal because like, you know, it used to be like Minecraft and Roblox, you know, all those games are always going to be big and popular because, you know, a lot of children seek entertainment when they're not able to play video games, you know, because a lot of kids are iPad kids nowadays. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff about it, you know. Honestly, I like Pichu. He's a gamer and plays horror games mostly, so you should check him out. Nice. Thank you for the recommendation there, Save. But yeah, like there's a lot of like different types of people, different types of creators out there that exist. And you know, you gotta respect the grind. You know, you gotta respect the grind that content creators have because, you know, like my least favorite videos to watch or even find are those videos where it's like, use this sound to earn subscribers. Like you're not even engaging with an audience. You're just trying to get other creators to use your work, which to me is like such a backwards world, you know? Bro, iPad kids have gone fisty. They've started to punch their parents for stopping them of taking their iPads. See, that's not iPad kids. That's just bad parenting. That's just bad parenting, straight up, and no other way to call it, you know? Because that should never be, you should never put your hands on your parents for, you know, something like that. Those are just those are unfortunately parents who iPadded so hard that now the children are dependent on their iPads and they will not allow them to have it be taken away. So it's kind of like a reap what you sow kind of moment, you know? It's a reap what you sowed kind of moment, and you really can't blame anyone besides them. Let's see here. Yellow macaw. Oh, they do exist. Wait. Oh, it's a blue and yellow macaw. Okay. Gotcha. I see now. I know, right? Like I heard the singer named this song. I'll comment on your video, and the most rare video you commented on them. You never comment, so I eventually deleted the video. I mean, the biggest thing is like, it's literally, it's engagement bait. You know, it's engagement bait 100% because that's just kind of how it goes. Like, and you know, I'm pretty sure there are some people who do actually get some degree of an engagement from those types of posts. Adrian, good to see ya. The turtle is here. Nice. It's like rage bait, but in the entertainment world. I mean, like, and like those whole things where it's like, comment on this video and I'll comment on your thing. It's like, okay, and like, and like the thing is, like, you know, the people who do that, like, they already have so many they already have so much people who are invested and involved in their content that like they can post virtually anything. It's like, oh hey, look, here's like 500 new likes, or here's 500 new events, you know? Like, there's a lot of situations where you gotta be very prepared for like just things to happen, you know? And again, it's really quite intense, like how much like YouTube especially has been changed over the times, because, you know, YouTube's just not the same. YouTube is just not the same. And I don't really know like how else to really put at it, but it's about there. 1 second here, chat. Why is it, you know your screen's so close? Oh yeah, no. The reason why is because I have to switch over to a different screen and do something, and unfortunately it has personal information on it, so I can't really show it to you guys. So yeah, it's just for a moment. Just for a moment. Yeah, once I finalize this project, where I can find my thing here. Ah, there you are. Other patterns. And then we're gonna add this real fast here. Privacy stuff, got it. Yeah, just privacy. Can you show me your silliest VTuber motion? You know, I don't know if I remember what the toggle is for that right now. Let's see if this will happen here, because I gotta do this whole design modifications here. But yeah, guys, like I said, you know, like YouTube has definitely changed very intensely, I will say, to the point where it's like I don't really know like how to predict how YouTube's gonna go. You know, I've had a lot of fun recently in regards to like speaking and, you know, giving myself a lot more opportunities to you know, engage in YouTube. And like this year has already started off really well, honestly. Will you ever face reveal? Because I'm curious, but don't take my word for it. Oh no, you're fine. And save, believe it or not, my face is already on my channel on multiple locations. So if you just go into my videos, you'll find what I look like. I think if you look for my I think if you look at my my 2024 like best moments video, you'll find a couple images of my face. So yeah. Just scroll down a bit in shorts. Yeah, I think you have to like go to like the oldest shorts, because that are like my split fiction thing. My split fiction shorts are also a good place for that. All right. Anyway, back in there. Gotta go see you. Look at life tomorrow because I'm free after lunch. Nice. That's like near the bottom. Yeah. And like I said, like the only other video I can think of right off the top of my head that should have like my actual face on it would be my my video where I did like my 2024 highlight video. And then I'm thinking like Alright, we're gonna grab this guy here. To be honest, where are your other models? So I have them in my computer. Because like I have a 3D model, I have a we got a 3D model, I've got a this model, I have my big model. I have a bunch of I have 3 predominant models that I use. You know what my challenge is? To try to watch all your streams for a year. Crazy. That's a pretty big challenge there, Brandon, because I usually stream a lot. You know. If I wanted to be a social infected unless we're afraid of dead too, then I would be a smoker. I have lung cancer. I don't smoke. I just have to stay near my father. He needs help. Oh, damn. Crazy, Zenris. How's work going? Overall, not too bad. We're currently working on some projects for some zoos right now. We're trying to, I'm trying to incorporate this, this rendition of a macaw. I'm afraid like I put too much emphasis into the colors here. But yeah, we're just doing some modifications right now, trying to clean up this request because they wanted to have a new rendition of the this macaw. So I just gotta zoom in and clear out all the extra little blips of white. Skip why it's good for your health. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. The hell you mean, nuh-uh? Alright, that should clear up that. Although I feel like... Ah, biscuits. Might just be a slight color change up. And then blue and yellow macaw. Alright, let's take a second here to grab this, delete that. What's up, Brain Day? Good to see you. Welcome in. But yeah, right now, just gotta figure this stuff out. You look in the middle of good and bad. I mean, those are also a couple of years old, so I've definitely have changed since the last time I've had a face stream. Okay. Let's see. Looks like I gotta hide the foot within the flower. Then we're gonna make sure you're on top of that. Put you on top of this. You went to your oldest video? Oh man. What even is my oldest short? Hold up. My oldest short is definitely got some years on it. Have a good time, Save. Thanks for being here. What is my oldest short? Oldest. 50 views, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's so wild looking at that. When was this made, actually? Hold up. 4 years ago, so I was 25 when I was in this. And of course, I had a really bad streaming... I didn't have a bad streaming setup, I just had a really setup at the time. I never did much with YouTube, honestly, which is kind of wild. I didn't think I would be so... I still kind of kick myself in the head for how often I didn't do anything with YouTube back then. Alright, so... Alright, so it looks like on this one we're gonna have to do a little bit of a modification here. What's up, Fork? Good to see you. Welcome in. Alright, so now we're gonna... Oh, no. You can go Pathfinder, hiya. And then, I'm a dox with a Gmail. Count your days. Oh boy. Fun fact, Gmail exists, and if anyone did dox me, I have people in cybersecurity. Therefore, I can put them in jail. So, ha 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 to that. Gmail. Ow. Crazy. What's up, Herbert? Good to see you. Welcome in. What a good time and a great day. All right. So if I do hiya. Yeah, Herbert. Good to see you. Welcome in, guys. Hope you're all having a good time, an amazing afternoon, evening, and morning. It's a pleasure to see you guys all here today. What? What the hell? Ah, there it is. All right, we're gonna offset you a fair bit here. Have a good time, Stave. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chilling out with us here today. Do you like your VTuber IRL? Oh man, I am a. Don't worry, guys. In IRL, I am a Funko Pop. I'm a Funko Pop with a wild scars. Although I will say, if I ever had if I had access to have a suit like this, oh yeah, that would be kind of cool. Alright, so let's go over here, 26, and then blue and yellow macaw. Bro, why does your hair look like a girl, or is your voice sus? Technically it's not a female. It's just small. Just the art style. And to be fair, my voice is my voice, so can't really help with that, so yeah. Alright, I do need to make sure this thing gets saved properly. Welcome back, Rain. Good to see you. Use the voice changer to sound like Miku. You know, honestly, I've never been one to think about ever doing a voice changer because I just don't know if I could, you know? I don't know if I could ever actually do a voice changer. I think I would lose my mind. Okay, so a couple points smaller. But the silence will be off the charts. You know that's true. Star of Platinum, the world. You know, JoJo is like the one anime where I have to watch it in Japanese just because like if it's not in Japanese, it just doesn't come out right. And you just gotta respect the JoJo lifestyle. Hoorah. All right, then we're gonna grab this guy here. Swatches, remove that, put you over here, up on top. And then need to add a very slight there we go. The vibes are impeccable. Yeah, that's all we're just chilling, you know. This is the vibe. Yeah. We over here vibing, you know. This is how every art stream is, guys, you know. Sit back, relax, get a drink, get a soda, get some beef jerky, you know. Well, thank you very much for the subs. Appreciate that. Pre-recorded? What do you mean, big boy? How would this be pre-recorded? Like, what do you mean, bruh? How do you get to the idea this is a pre-recorded stream? Hello? It's a wild accusation. Just don't think of spamming or if you're thinking that. Should I just eat my last Pop-Tart? Damn. My chats are scripted? Crazy. Crazy. I think I gotta go down a point. There. I think we had to reduce it down by just a little bit more. There we go. I would say you should check out Smoked Bee and Jelly Bean for the all right. So it's slightly different than this, but the macaw and all that looks okay. I feel like no, it's got it. Jelly Bean's now a real Jelly Bean, crazy. All right. I'm trying to be like how I want this one to like go with and work, you know. All right, so we're gonna leave that alone for right now. And then Zoo Atlanta, Georgia. I'd rather just do Zoo Atlanta by itself personally, but strawberry Pop-Tart, seaweed, and drinking orange juice. Why am I so strange? Strawberry Pop-Tart, seaweed, and drinking orange juice. The Pop-Tart and orange juice, not a problem with, but the seaweed and orange juice, that sounds like pain. That sounds kind of wild. Alright, we're gonna really quick get rid of all this stuff here real fast. Get that out of my face. Get that out of my face. And let's go ahead and make one more little screen recording. All right, send that over to the boss man and it'll be fine. Holy copy paste. Crazy. Do Zoo Atlantis. I'll leave the color. Kind of like, I think like for the most part this would, like, for the most part, yeah, these two are different in style. It might be too much. It might be too much extra details, which I'm not really feeling with. And then, okay, well, why mouth is so big? Is it IRL accurate? I mean, honestly, you know, probably. You know, I would probably say there's probably a degree of legitness behind my model's forehead and my forehead. You know, I think I got a pretty big forehead, unfortunately. All right, so we're gonna let that one kind of cook for a second and get a yay or nay from the boss man for now. So for this moment, we're just gonna grab this, grab that, boom, and let that one kind of cook for a second here. I do need to fix the tail feathers. The tail feathers are probably gonna get a little bit. Your forehead, a whole airline. You know, honestly, fair. Honestly fair. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll let this one cook for a second here. Let my boss man kind of do his business, do his thing. All right, so now we're gonna change up to doing a aquarium today over in South Carolina, which I think I can totally do here. South Carolina aquarium. Okay, so let's take a second here and I'm gonna look and see if I can get some references on what we've done recently for this particular group. Let's see. Pre-builds, event. Probably a little too much extra details. Give me 1 second here, chat. This thing's being a brat. Why are you being a brat, computer? I'm gonna ask that you stop it. Sometimes your enemies are more loyal to you than the ones who are close to you. You know? Deep. Deep thoughts right there. All right, let me keep on doing my thing here. All right, so we're gonna let this macaw design kind of cook, see what's said about it. I'm gonna fix the name eventually, but or probably fix a little something here. Frieza. He's working in chat. I'm also chatting and reading chat for bad stuff. And you don't have to worry about it, Brit. You know, if I catch anything, I'll probably bop it. So, all right. Anyway, so let's go over here then. River, otter, dance. Nope. All right, so we gotta do a river otter dance, which on this one we can do this for. All right, so you're already river otters. South Carolina aquarium. Wait, is that what's? Wait, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot I was gonna do this. do they have copyrights built, or they have trademarks built into the name? I can't imagine. Bop it, twist it, press it, throw it, shoplift it, emancipate it. What if I gnaw on the close ones and the enemies? Alright, so it looks like on this one, there's not really much we can do about this here. Yeah, so it looks like on this one, it's not anything particular. Yeah, these are all just Charleston, South Carolina versus a, yeah, these are all just Charleston. Okay, let me look at the descriptor of this guy here because... Let's see. From what I'm seeing here, I'm not seeing anything like a, I'm not seeing anything like copyrights for their designs here. Dear God. All right. Let's see. Okay, they do not have trademarks on their name. Okay, had to kind of confirm on that there. All right, so we're gonna make that happen. I can. All right, so South Carolina. Aquarium. Nigga, what does loot even do? So, fun fact, Bryn, loot is a alternative method that you guys can support the channel by basically purchasing sound alert cards, where you can use these cards to activate funny and dorky sound alerts that can basically jump scare me midstream, or they could invoke challenges. It tends to vary depending on like what kind of card you end up getting. So yeah, it's kind of cool little thing that exists. You mean channel points? No, so the loot is actually, you basically can spend IRL money to loot allows you to spend IRL money in order to actually create a gacha moment where you can get cards and sound alerts. On the purple app, I have sound alerts. So, but yeah. Would I do a 3-line here? What's my favorite food? Brain rot. My favorite food is probably Chinese food. More specifically, teriyaki beef and rice is like my favorite, like, simplistic combo. Otherwise, just like some classic lo mein. Freaking love lo mein. Unemployed, jobless, meanwhile I'm actually shooting my job. Crazy. Crazy. Someone spamming. Well, they got banned pretty quickly, so nothing Nothing really bad about that. Yeah, it's absolutely wild how, like, you know, I'm literally out here doing my IRL job, and it's like, no. Yeah. Some people are just lonely and sad, you know? Who? Was I taking a stream it? Nah. Hi, Victorian. Good to see you. Welcome back. But yeah, no, there's a lot of, sometimes there's things that happen like that, you know? Sometimes there are people who come into stream, their whole rule is just to, you know, get a rise, try to get a clip out of a, like, there are some people whose whole goal is just to get VTubers to, like, react to them being brats. You know, you should make a rule so when spammers come, they spam, they'll get timed for 24. Oh no, Jotaro, if someone spams hateful things, immediately banned. I don't care if it's a joke, like, you're not allowed to just spam hateful stuff in my channel, you know? And then same thing, like, if it's like spam and it's like just being dumb, then yeah, I'll time you out, but I'm pretty quick about doing stuff, you know? Like, the biggest thing with spam, you know, is that most of the time when people try spam in channels, you know, you gotta, like, read into it and figure out, okay, is it a spam for the sake of being mean, or is it a spam because they're just trying to spam 6-7 all the time, you know? Like, a 6-7 spam, I'll time them out. But if they're being, like, jobless or, like, you know, hurtful stuff, gone forever. Don't care. They could come with another account, then they will get banned on another account. Simple as that, you know? The biggest thing is, like, you should never fear other accounts existing, because there's no power to that, you know? There's genuinely no power in having another account that will just get banned just as fast as the first one, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's my job to make sure my community is safe and protected properly. $200 account alts. I mean, you know, if a person genuinely finds himself to that point, yeah. You know, I'll ban as many times as I have to, you know? And if it gets bad, I'll put things in subscriber only mode. Because ain't no business. They've got no business being that way, you know? And if I can live in the head of a spammer's, if I can live in a spammer's head rent free, then that's just how it goes, you know? That's just rent free, and I just find it funny that they've got nothing else to do. And here's the thing, chat, I have no problem insulting things. Am I allowed to do an example? You don't need to do an example, Britain. You know, I think the concept is very, very self-explanatory. There is no need to be a spam. Have a good time, Brain Dead. Thanks for being here. And have a good time, Jotaro. Have a good time. All right, next is Mermaid Love. You saw the freakiest thing on your friend's phone? Crazy. That's why you don't go on your friend's phone, because you don't know what kind of nasties they got going on, bruh. All right. How am I gonna fit all this. Well, I can probably kind of do this. What our kids are gonna look like, when in reality the kids gonna wonder what I look like. Crazy. All right, so South Carolina. I don't know how I'm gonna fit all this in here. Aquarium. There we go. It's in the Discord? Oh boy. Face reveal win? Just go to my chat or go to my videos. You'll find plenty of that. You'll find plenty of my face. Is he 6 foot with athletic body plus insane face card too? Believe it or not, nah. You look a little bit unk. I mean, most of my face reveal stuff is like back when I was like 25, 26. So I'm just saying, if that's what unk status is nowadays, then damn, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy up in here. Encourage people, racist accounts will not be tolerated in this chat and will result in instant ban if you make any new accounts, and then ban again. Yeah, Bryn, again, that, unfortunately, believe it or not, Bryn, that's, in my eyes, that's common sense. That's genuinely just common sense. You know? And there's already rules like don't be racist, don't spam, so. Yeah. And again, that's just common sense for stream etiquette, you know? That's just common sense. And if you don't know that as common sense, then unfortunately you are probably too young to be in a stream. So. Common sense is not common, bro. I mean, you know, that's their fault, you know? If people don't understand, like, hey, don't be stupid, and if they need to be told that, then again, they don't need to be in the stream, you know? Like, that's like the biggest thing is like, can you take the shells off? I know, right? Gamer boy, sometimes I'm over here like, what if I did? What if I did? But nah. No, there are just people out there who just don't understand. Like if you can't handle common sense, then you probably don't need to be in my stream, you know? That is genuinely how it goes. Nico being freaky, crazy. Crazy. The accusations out here are wild. Where is my... Actually, wait a minute. Where is... Do we have their logo somewhere? Yeah, hold up. We could totally incorporate their logo if they had it. I wonder if I can incorporate this logo. Nico, do you even do Discord calls? Yeah, all the time. But I don't really answer them unless I know the person personally. If it's like if it's like someone from my community, I prefer talking because I prefer like talking in chat versus a call. Do you play Cookie Run Kingdom? I used to. I used to play Cookie Run Kingdom quite a bit. I had some pretty goated cookies. I had some pretty goated cookies. What's up, Mika? Good to see you. Welcome back. You're obsessed? Nice. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna tweak if I don't get Shadow Milk Cookie though. According to Discord, VTube Studio is the game. I mean, technically it's an application launched from Steam, so yeah. Bro, why don't you stream using your real face? Well, believe it or not, there's a good number of reasons to that. Number one, in my eyes, my personal face is never really able to maintain a good camera quality appearance because of just like of how my face is and also how the lighting is in my office. And I also don't like showing off my room. I'm somewhat self-conscious about that. In addition to that too, I like being a VTuber more just because I like the ability to have like my face as is. I can do what I want to do, and yeah, just kind of like it's a personal choice thing. Now, that being said, if I chose to one day turn on my face cam, then by all means, I'll have my face cam on. But for the moment, it's as is. So, yeah. All right, we're gonna go over here real fast. I can't get this logo here. You're streaming as well. Oh yeah, and like I said, Brandon, like respectfully, I don't really take calls on Discord, especially from people that I don't actively talk to enough, because to me, I just don't like that. So if you ask permission and I said yes, then sure. But otherwise, I don't personally like it. Yeah, like I said, if anyone wanted to talk with me in Discord, it would have to be through my community Discord in Gen Chat. Mostly, honestly, just for safety purposes, because, you know, my biggest fear is like someone's gonna like one day like do something nefarious and says Nico Silverado did this to me when I was in a Discord call with him. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, some people do some really crazy stuff, man. Some people do some crazy stuff. Do we have their logo? I did. Hi, Athena. Good to see ya. Yes? Yes. I can't help it. Yeah, South Carolina aquarium. Put the. I don't know if I don't know if the South Carolina. Huh? Robert. I don't know if I don't think I've ever heard that particular line. Robert. Robert. It is South Carolina's gone. I cannot imagine having that model in VR chat and it's like you just like walk up with somebody out of nowhere and just saying, "Hey, how's it going?" Robert. Yeah, it usually holds the entire bag. Husband and wife talk? Yeah. Wife coming in said hello. So good news, guys. For those who were here yesterday, I'm excited to say that my cat, my cancer cat, is officially going to be coming home today. It sounds like. So she'll be in my office in a crate because she had some pretty hardcore surgery happen to her. She had a little bit of brain damage. That's good. That's good. But yeah, a little bit of brain damage from the post surgery, but it sounds like she's getting better. Coping out of the. That's true. Did you mustn't read my comment? I apologize if I didn't see your comment earlier. There was a bunch of things happening all at once at the moment. So, but also, and don't forget, guys, if you guys do want to ever like tell me something specifically, like if you guys want to tell me something, don't be afraid to at me. That way I can actually like see your comment outside of the wave of other people's, because ats are the best way to communicate with me. As long as it's as long as it's an actual like statement that requires input, then I'm happy to talk about it. You having Chinese food? Nice. My first stream, obviously, so I don't know what happened. Is Kitty okay? Oh yeah, Kitty's fine. She's coming home right now, so gonna chill. I think Nikki needs to know he's a cutie. Damn, crazy. I don't know why the screen's purple, but I'll have to look, take a gander at that and kind of see if that's what I want that to do. Do you have a Twitch account? I do have a Twitch account. It's the same spelling as my YouTube, and it's full screen as well. So if you want to join the full screen side of the world, feel free to come join us over on our Twitch side. Did not? There might be a piece of residual hitting the clamp or something. Usually you can ignore during streams. This is quite the because I get ignored IRL too. So even if it's just this one stream, it's amazing to feel noticed. Well, you know, I try my best to say hi to people when they come around. Thanks, massive. But you got it? Thank you for following. Well, at least you'll have room to move. Yeah, online. Thank you for joining us on the Twitch side of the world. Appreciate you and welcome in. Enjoy the emotes and the channel points and all the other cool things that Twitch has. Children are terrifying. That's true. That is true. Oh yeah, guys. By the way, I just want to let everybody know that I did officially. I'm revamping a lot more things in our YouTube side of the world. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna start incorporating a lot more members only sort of content to where I'm gonna be allowing you guys, if you guys are members on YouTube, to start gaining early access to content a couple days before release. So there's a lot of like really cool things on the way. Okay. All right, anyway. Go ahead and get rid of this. No, first time. Maybe hopefully that will counteract some of this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to what I'll do with it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anywho, all right. Then we've got this guy over here for that, and this thing's gonna be South Carolina Aquarium, which. How do I want you to be organized? Why just use the blue dish? Let's see. So they want this to say South Carolina Aquarium, but the problem is we don't have that much space to make this stuff work. Like in my brain, I'm seeing this as South Carolina, like right here to the side, and then we can put in like the word aquarium. Aquarium. I wish we could do like SC Aquarium. Should I politely permanently borrow some of my sister's snacks? You know, honestly, fair. That's reasonable. Gotta just borrow and consume the snackage. How are you gonna borrow a fry? Are you gonna give it back? Yeah, well, actually, could try to see about doing that, because that is a bit of a better format here. All right, so then we can do this, and then South Carolina. Oh, that's all gone. Have you ever thought of having children? You know, it's been talked about, but we're not on the plan yet for that. If it happens, it happens.
7 years of school, 7.5 years of school left.
Yeah. Welcome back, Kara. Good to see ya. Hamburger. What's up? What's up, Happy Bara? Good to see ya. Ah, biscuits. How do I want to do this? This is going to be slightly annoying. So the issue with this one is that we have a lot of space, but we don't have a lot of ways to use the space. So hubba. Just want to do it like this, just to kind of make it happen, make it work. Yeah, well, we have to do it like this because like there's no other way to like incorporate that particular piece of the name. So, nope, I had it right the first time. Damn it. Maybe some tentacles out of the letters. You know, cool idea, but unfortunately, due to the nature of how my job is, I'm not allowed to outright change a design overall. So I can only make modifications to the names that are on the designs versus the designs themselves. But I do like the idea that she had there. Thought it was pretty cool. Nah, and you're all good. And guys, don't be afraid. You know, like I'm never against you guys, like, you know, providing ideas to any sort of the designs, because, you know, like when it comes to like art streams, you know, I know for a fact that like many of you are gonna come in here and have like a cool idea, and you guys do have really cool ideas. Unfortunately, it just comes down to I'm unable to make modifications. So, you know. Trying to think of like how I want Splendid like to look, because although yes, it would be fine. Also, Blue, good to see you. Welcome in. Having a good time and a great day. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the stream. We're just currently in the process of doing some problem solving here for this design that I'm working on. I think you're the same distance apart. I can't tell. There we go. All right. I like the V to an extent, but also like, no. This is like one of those like really like awkward like 3-line pieces. Yeah, like this design in days past has always been like edge to edge, or in this case, this format. Nico, theoretically, would you accept a call while streaming? Oh God, no. Well, I would only take a call while streaming if it was like a close friend or my wife. But yeah, if it's like just like a random person from my Discord or, you know, a chatter, then no. And like, even if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't take calls. Like I said, I only take calls from people that I genuinely know, either IRL or known them for a long time. But if I get called on stream, I would just instantly shut it down. So rude. I know. So rude. What, like 5 years? I mean, again, it depends entirely if I have a good connection with the person, you know? Depends on a lot of different things. is Discord even worth it? I mean, I like using Discord because Discord allows me to talk with my community and my people pretty much. It lets me, you know, say hi to you guys, learn what's going on, and also I can keep you guys up to date for the most part on what's happening and for the community and for the content. So I think it's worth it. I mean, the biggest thing with like Discord is like Discord's good if you're an individual who likes to speak with other parties, and you know, you want to be a part of like a multi-person group. But if you're respectfully a loner, I wouldn't recommend Discord, just because, you know, Discord can be annoying, especially if you got people who post people who post content every single day, and it's just constantly bloop 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 bloop. I do sometimes feel bad for my own community members though, because like, oh boy. But one problem, when I call with YouTubers, they say I'm young because I sound like a 12-year-old. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too, Brandon, is like the sound of voices can be terrifying because YouTubers can get in trouble for having like super young kids in like videos and calls, especially if it's like without initial consent. Like YouTube's got a whole bunch of different stuff when it comes to like having younger audience members in YouTube calls. Yeah, there's always like some crazy. There's a whole bunch of like different. There's a lot of bleh. There is a whole bunch of different layers. Okay, someone sent weird pics. If you know, you know. So I deleted it. Oh yeah, and that's another thing, Braindead. It's like that's another reason why you gotta be very mindful and very careful about using Discord, and that's why it's important to like wait until you're older to get into those types of communities, because there are always gonna be creeps and sickos out there who are gonna, you know, ruin it for everybody else. And we don't want that, you know. Maybe tell them some things that 12-year-olds shouldn't know. You know, that's true. Tell them about reverse mortgages. That's something that 12-year-olds shouldn't know about. Explain taxation, yes. Tell them about the bite of 87. Or 86, or whichever year that the FNAF thing was. Because that's terrifying. Yeah, you know, honestly. Speaking of tax, I just got my W-2, so I'm going to start dealing with that here pretty dang soon. It's 87? Okay. I always like forget like what year the bite was. The bite is 6'7". Oh. Take me to jail. All right, so we got that working up pretty okay there. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm actually really glad I swapped over to a different chat box system. So chat, I recently, OBS has this really cool built-in software where they have like a streamer studio thing that allows you to I can basically see both my YouTube and my Twitch chats all in one spot while seeing the viewer counts. And then in addition to that, I can also very easily now ban people who say wild things in chat, which is very nice because like there are some moments where it's like people say some like really crazy stuff and it's like, no, you don't need them in my stream, you know? Like being able to quickly ban somebody myself does feel nice, because I don't always like having to like tell my mods, hey mods, do something. You know, like if I'm in control of my stream, I should be able to ban my own stuff, you know? A good mod is a mod that is able to remove problems before a streamer even notices it or has to say anything. Those are like top tier mods. Thankfully, my mods are almost always on vacation. Like, so few things happen on stream. I remember it used to be like an inside joke where my my mods would have to make funny jokes about how it's like, do I finally get to ban somebody? Do I get to actually do mod powers? Has anyone actually donated a high number? The highest I've ever been given, Britain, was I think $300. Yeah, $300 is about the highest I've ever been given in a stream, and that was by one of our awesome mods because he kind of did a gotcha moment and he was like, I'm gonna get all this really cool stuff, and it's like, oh my word, that's big money. Oh yeah, that's nothing to scoff at, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that much money in general is an insane amount. I can do a lot with $300, chap. I can do a lot with $300. I can eat good food for an entire month. I can pay off my car a little bit. Huh? I can do my dog's annual exam. Yep. Gross. How's the Corgi doing? Corgi's doing well, actually. He had heart surgery last week. He's very energetic and annoying, but that means it worked. He is not loving the lack of being allowed on the bed or couch. He has to be supervised when he's on the bed or couch. But soon enough, he'll be back to being allowed to just run and jump and be dumb, so. Yeah. He was like 50,000 something, right? I mean, in terms of like his total encompassing bills throughout his 5 years of life, yeah, he's about $50,000 worth of expenses, but also medical insurance exists. But still, he's a lot of money. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever get an animal if you're not prepared for the cost. And be sure to have good, clear lines of communication when things go wrong. Because God forbid something happens. You have 7? Crazy. Crazy results there. Oh. Does it have to really be edge to edge here, though? Not really helpful here. You want a ferret, 2 of them. Gonna name them Salt and Pepper. Nice. 5 chickens, a dog, and a cat. You know, I would be down to have chickens. I don't know why my brain thinks I would love to have chickens, but I'd be down with it. I'd be down to have some chickens. Good old cluck clucks. You know, I feel like more and more people around me in recent days have been talking about like getting more chickens, and it's like it's kind of funny like how it's kind of funny how just like more like I've had I think 4 sets of people in my life talk about like, having chickens in their lives, and it's interesting because like I've never once thought about having farm animals on a property and all that, but like if I was allowed to, oh yeah. Eggs are expensive, dude. Oh yeah, but also like you can use eggs for a lot of things. You can use eggs for a lot of stuff. What's up, Wolf? Good to see you, bro. Like if I had chickens, chat, I would be doing a lot more scrambled eggs, egg-based like batters. Maybe I would try baking finally if I had enough eggs to do what I wanted to do. I think like for me, the reason why I don't bake as much is because like I'm so afraid of failure that I don't want to deal with the potential oof of all the destruction of ingredients, because the eggs are the most expensive part in baking. You know, like flour, that's cheap and you can get a copious amount of flour. But yeah, I don't even buy the groceries, but they're expensive as heck. I mean, hey, as long as you recognize that they are expensive, then that's honestly the best. That's the best first step, you know, acknowledgement. Because I feel like a lot of people who don't buy groceries have never, like, I remember like as a kid, I never understood how much I used to eat as a child, and my poor mother would have probably had to spend so much money on me with how often I ate and how much I ate, because I was a bottomless pit, ladies and gentlemen. Like as a child, I'm surprised I'm not morbidly obese. Like I'm out of shape, but I'm not obese. But like the amount of food I used to eat as a kid was insane. Like I used to eat like 10-ounce steaks. Like I used to eat 10 to 15-ounce steaks whenever it was like steak night. I would eat like entire large pizzas by myself because I could, and it's definitely kind of like perspective wise, you know. My sisters are the biggest backs I've ever seen. Crazy. But now I've taken a bit better care of myself to be like less insane about how often I eat stuff, you know, because, you know, to me, chat, it's like I try to be very aware and conscious about that kind of thing. Because like the last thing I want, chat, is to be you know, over the top with my food. This sofa is like, I've dug my elbows into this sofa so much that I've lost the cushion on the armchair. God. Like I don't have any more cushion in my armchair for my elbow. Maybe I need to get a new couch. Well, not really. I don't think I really need to get a new couch. This is a very, very functioning and amazing couch. You know, it's funny. So I don't have like a normal like office chair for my desk chair. I have like a lazy boy couch or a little miniature 2-person sofa, and it's a very nice little sofa. It could be softer on some parts, but like it's my favorite way to stream. But I don't want to do that. I have been summoned. What's up, name? Good to see you. Welcome back. I really feel like this is the better visual here. It's like that much tracking just sounds... It's just way too much tracking. No, this is better. Opinions on rats? I think rats are cool, you know. They're very clean animals. You know? I'm sorry, Laura. I just wanted to have a bit of fun with you. Good to see you, Laura. Name? Excuse me? I know. It's been so long, I forgot what your name was. Ugh. You know what to do right now? You know, Bryn? Push-ups. Exercise. I don't know. We just chilling. He's just chilling right now. How many push-ups? How many viewers are on YouTube right now? 3 viewers, so I don't know. 3 times 15, so 45. 45 push-ups. That's your challenge for the day. You just woke up? Nice. What's up, Edo? Good to see you. Welcome in. All right. Nico has a niece? I mean, technically, yes, I do, but how much lore have I missed? I didn't say anything about nieces. Oh, I see now. Betrayal by my own uncle. Well, believe it or not, Laura, I'm out here I'm out here just being who I am, you know? I'm the forgetful uncle that you forgot existed at parties. I'm the uncle that forgets I even have cousins and nephews and nieces and all that. I have all the lore, guys. I don't have an uncle. Let's see. Nope, hold on. My list disappeared. Where'd you go? All right, let's see here. Came to your live once and you weren't there. I came the second time, you were on call. And now this? Nah, you're all good. I'm currently just going to like a big old listing of things right now. Got a lot of events going on in my my stuff. Oh man. So I think like maybe South Carolina Aquarium, maybe? 3 lines is a little... Well, actually, no. Psych. Hold on. I can do this. There's a way I can do this. Alright. I can magically make you... Ugh. I don't like that. I really hate that a lot. That's kind of gross. All right, hold on. Is that you changed the signs? Yeah, Car. So like right now, this particular project requires me to just do mostly a lot of sign changes, which again is not very difficult and or time consuming. It just requires me to be a little patient in how I do it. But for the most part, though, not very, like I said, not very time consuming for the most part. Well, I don't like that at all. Let's see. Can I get rid of you? I don't like how that is. I hate the tracking on this one. It's so dumb. You did 45 push-ups? Nice. Now what? Do it again. You go until failure, Britain. You do push-ups until you can do 100 every day. And then you do a 10-kilometer run. Ugh. W trainer, yeah. Motivation, I tell you to do it. That's all the motivation you need, bruh. That's all the motivation you're gonna ever want. Alright, let's do 15. I've always hated the amount of tracking in this design. It always felt unnecessary. Like, if it was up to me, I would much rather 420, do it like this, because like that just looks better than this. But this design's always been edge to edge, and this one's a better example of it, but what's 420? It's just the unofficial it's the unofficial day of weed. It's the unofficial day of weed. Ugh, I don't like that at all. It just feels like comedically small. What is weed? That's a question for Google. Marijuana. Marijuana. Drug. Sweet Caroline. I'm disgustingly innocent. My apologies. You're all good, brain dead. It's all fine, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know why I keep calling you brain rot. I see the word brain, and I'm like, ah, yes, brain rot. That's his name. But nope, it's brain dead. Brain dead creature. I also just realized my little sign is not proper. There we go. Easy. I'm back, and now my brain is having a dizzy moment. Drink water. You want to do that jellyfish now? Do it. You get that jellyfish. Jellyfish all day. Hydrate my Britain. Yes, the British people need hydration. Quickly, summon forth a monsoon. This one, I just hate like the amount of tracking they want me to do. Like I want to make it a V shaped, but I don't know. I am adequately moisturized. Good. Wait, moisturize and hydration's two very different things. Hydration's internal, moisturize is external, I think. I would like to think that's like the, I would like to hope that's like how the verbiage goes. Internal moisture. Yes, all the internal moisture. All right. This one I'm gonna be very curious how this is gonna go. So, got the Georgia dog, Carolina yard dog. Thank God. All right, go through all this here. You know, for that image, the inside of your body being wet. You know, for the longest time, I used to always think that that like everything like under your stomach and your like your skin was always like super. I always used to think that like if you were to like open up and like stab someone, like there would just be like blood underneath like the skin, and like your organs are just like coasting in a pool of blood. But it's actually just a pocket of air, of really hot air. So yeah, take that into consideration. The body's weird, man. Body is weird. All right, so we got the South Carolina Aquarium. And again, that one doesn't require much of anything. I want to breathe in external oxygen. I feel like that would put you in some kind of poisoned state. Like I feel like internal air is just a mixture of like weird chemicals. Not chemicals, but like it wouldn't be good oxygen, you know? You have like carbon monoxide in your body, and then got all the stenches from all the chemical breakdown gases and stuff. Welcome back, Brandon. Glad to hear you're all better now. Wait, the inside of my body has never touched the outside air. I've never had surgery or gone stabbed, so it's been the same air since I was born in 2012. Believe it or not, that's actually not the case. Because the reason why that's not the case is because your body can't physically use the same oxygen over and over. That's because like every time you breathe, you're taking in new oxygen because, you know, your body needs fresh oxygen in order to be alive. Every time you exhale, the air leaves. Your second challenge, I'm giving him like, dumb man, don't give me your science look here. We don't need the chemical explanations here. Because one of their questions was, wait, the air inside of my body has never touched the outside air. I've never had surgery or gone stabbed, so it's been the same air since they were born. Yeah, I know. That's why I told him. Yeah. No, they don't need it. Is it open though? Is it left open? Like the bottom? I'm just like thinking, like if like the air of like the litter, like the litter's gonna blow out. Like it's, the hatch isn't there. Like that doesn't show the hatch. Cool. Last time that's what made my room stink real bad when we came back from our vacation. Yeah. Guess I know what you're doing today. You're not doing anything. And you're helpful. No, but outside my organs, not inside my lungs or bloodstream. Ah, well that's just a mixture of gases and dead pockets stuff. I don't think there's actually oxygen inside, like outside of your... No. I don't know like how to explain or how to like assume what is in or not inside your body, you know? I don't know, that's like a wild, that's like a really like, I feel like it's like one of those like weird like science questions. That's like one of those like questions that like a scientist gets asked out of nowhere and it's like, oh, why are we having this conversation? I don't know, Brain Dead. I think we just kind of like, I think we just showed up and it's like, okay, let's do it. Shower thoughts with Nico, honestly though. Like genuinely, those are shower thoughts for sure. What will be my fate? Britton, your fate is to recommend my stream to all of your friends and family. Or you're required now to like every single one of my videos. Boom. An arduous challenge, I know, but a challenge nonetheless. I'm liking all your vids, hell yeah. How am I gonna do this? So this one technically isn't it's a V-shaped one, so really if we just do it like so. All right, so we do this plus that. Slap you in the relative center. Or not. Slap you on the center. AG double hockey stick is not a curse. Like, if I couldn't say it in front of my mother, then it's a curse. You know? That right there, that's my definition of a curse. If I'm not able to say it in front of my mother, then it is a swear. Otherwise, I'm fine. Is a curse word? Not in my eyes, no. I say hell all the time, but I say, like, I'm never offended by the word hell. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube considers it a quote-unquote strong language word. Like, it's kind of like a silly thing, but, like, I'm also still an adult. Like, no matter what, at the end of the day, like, I'm still gonna speak how I wish to speak. You know, I'm not gonna turn myself into, like, a Nickelodeon kids show with, like, you know, hex dings and darns, you know? I have reduced my swearing quite a bit, though, in comparison to what I did last year. My innocence fumbles me yet again. Yeah, that's how it goes. All right, so we're gonna keep that right about there. Then I don't know why y'all are crazy like that. There we go. All right, that should hopefully solve my previous problem. There we go. There we go. I don't know why that was like a pain in the butt for a second there, but we got it. Why do some people think TS is tough? Do you also chew on the cords of your headphones, or am I just strange for chewing on almost everything? I mean, the chewing on headphones thing is overall... the chewing on headphones thing, I went through mostly... I had an issue of chewing on my shirts. Chewing on my shirts was a big thing for a while. I don't do it as often as I used to, but yeah, I used to have a huge problem with eating through my shirts. Why do some people think TS is tough? I don't know what that means. TS? Does that mean like this? All right, and let's see. So we got to go through this, and then again, South Carolina. Okay, South Carolina aquarium. Oh boy. Let's see. South Oh, this stuff. Okay. I mean, by all definition, you know, like there are a fair bits of challenges to doing what I'm currently doing right now. You know, what I'm currently doing is mostly the easy part, which is, you know, converting the finished product into usable work. Like it's hard to like make concepts, unique concepts right off the get-go, you know. Takes a little bit of some time and effort. Let's see, is this left facing? Why is it left facing? I guess we can make that work, but I feel like I want to do like South Carolina and like a 2-liner to kind of help space this out a bit better. So like, let's see, this is a 16-point font. Tennessee. Lines are cool, so straight and crisp. I mean, I like having crispy lines. I'm not the biggest fan of like, you know, like chalky lines personally, because chalky lines are just not aesthetically pleasing for me. I know there's like a whole like style behind it, but for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, honestly. All right, and then we're gonna go over here to Tennessee plate. Apparently don't have a mini, which is really dumb. All right, so we're looking at a total of 161.5. All right, 165. Let's go ahead and zoom in real quick here because I gotta get this size to be proper and reasonable. Give me the thing. There, Jesus. All right, we need to go down another point here. All right, 161.5. There we go. And then we can go ahead and do a nice little piece out for this guy. What the hell? Got a wild problem there. Is that really how small our plates are? I always like forget like how big our license plate designs are, because like sometimes they're really big, sometimes I feel like they're really small, and like lately I've had such a hard time like looking at like the sizing and saying yes, this is perfectly fine, because we keep changing our size points, and it's like, oh my goodness. Come on. All right, so looking at it again, and then 162.2. All right, so it's more or less proper. All right, license plates, mini, boom. All right. All right, so we get rid of this, don't save. And again, so the reason why I'm looking at this right now is because like I would like this to be of a larger size without being so clustered in. What's the numbers? It's the numbers, Mason. What do they mean? All right, let's push you out to like right here. And then if I put you at 20 points, how bad is that? What's up, Orange? Good to see you. Welcome in. Orange Piccolo. Yes, good old Orange Piccolo. The goat of Dragon. of Dragon Ball superhero. All right, good enough. And then let's go ahead and remove that. All right, and then this one I think we can modify this. Piccolo's the goat. you grew up appreciating Goku and Vegeta, but then as an adult you realize that Piccolo was just God. You know, Piccolo just being like the strongest Namekian in all of the planets. I've always been on Piccolo's side since I was a child. There you go. I didn't understand Piccolo's hype for the longest time, honestly, for me, because like, you know, because like knowing like him from like the Dragon Ball days where he was like, you know, such a punk, and then it's like, hey, I need you to become my son's adoptive father while I'm dead most of the time. It's like, ah, okay, cool. You know, I wonder if they've ever actually, because technically Piccolo blew up the moon during the Saiyan arc, so like by technical, I just don't know if they ever really like brought back that whole thing where it's like, hey, what happened with the world now that the moon was like, you know, very evidently destroyed. Part-time baby here for both Gohan and Pan, honestly though. Should you watch Dragon Ball? I mean, if you like it, you know, it's a bit of a different show. You know, it's a different style than I think what most people are willing to watch, genuinely. But, you know, I think it's a cool show. I grew up loving it. My favorite was Dragon Ball Z, you know. I loved Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. I watched that stuff religiously. I think my favorite saga, though, in the entire Dragon Ball universe has to be, honestly, the Cell Saga and the Buu Saga are my two favorites. I don't know why, you know? I don't know why. They were always just, like, my favorite ones, because, like, I think I like Cell because Cell was just such a goated villain, and then Buu was fun just because, like, of how chaotic the series was. My dear friend Nokotan, honestly, Nokotan's funny. Because of Gogeta, there you go. That's honestly totally fair. Alright, so we've gotten that to be okay. And then Barracuda. Nope. Need Barracuda smile. Oh yeah, don't worry, Brain Dead. They're already banned. They don't need to be in the stream, you know? That's what they're gonna say out of nowhere. Oh yeah. They don't need to be in the stream if that's what they're gonna say in here, you know? Especially unprompted. Unprompted, undesired. So you know what? We push away the we remove all the toxic loners, you know? They can go back to eating their Ben & Jerry's ice cream all by themselves. It was so rude for no reason. It's not, like I said, you know, it's one of those things where they're just genuinely out here trying to, they just want to get a rise, you know, they just want to get a clip of a VTuber reacting to their random messages, you know. And I'm not going to be a clip for somebody, you know. They want to be rude, they can peace out, you know. Because I'll ban them faster than they can retort, you know. I'm not even gonna, like, 99 times out of 10, like 99.9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna give them the, I'm not gonna give them the justification to even hear. Torby, unfortunately, I don't speak whatever language this is, so I have no idea what you're saying. If you are able to help out with putting things in English, that'd be a lot helpful. Just because, like I said, I don't really know how to respond to these words. I have no idea. I can't even read the symbols. I see Dragon Ball Z, and that's like the only thing I got. Now I can enjoy Ben and Jerry's, but only Jerry's. Yes. Ben and Jerry's is banned. Banishment. It's old English text. Oh. Yeah, I have no way of reading that. I was like, what am I? How is claiming to be English? But I'm like, it doesn't really look like English. Honestly, a hell of a thing there. Huh. Yeah, no idea. Cannot read that whatsoever. But okay. All right, anyway, back to my previous engagements. All right. What can we listen to? So for me, Brandon, I'm really big into like anything involving instrumentals. I love techno, EDM, rock and roll. Basically I like any genre of music that is able to make compositions without the usage of words. Cause like, I don't know why music with words is okay, but it's not my favorite thing on the planet. Meanwhile, I'm a big fan of just like, you know, music that lets me kind of like get lost in the sauce, you know? And that's like the weirdest way to put it, but yeah, pretty much just lost in the sauce. All right, so we got this thing kind of doing okay. Oh, man. This is another design where I don't like that I'm gonna have to potentially throw in a really egregious amount of tracking to make this word work. First concert, nice. They're Christian artists, nice. I like techno style. Thank you very much. Also, guys, fun fact. So I know we were talking about like models and all that, but if you guys have never seen it before, I actually have a different variation of my model. So as you guys know, this is obviously the chibi model, which is, you know, the tiny boy version. And then, I think it's this button? Yeah. So this is what my hair looks like outside my model. And then, for for fun purposes, we also have the big model, which is the more, for lack of better words, it's like the evolved version. So, yeah, a bit of a different style than I think some people are used to seeing, but I like both though. I like both. Big bro. Big bro, little bro. Yeah. Big bro, little bro. Both are fun. So. So. Yeah, I just had a slight coughing fit for a second there. I'm fine. I'm dying on the inside. It's okay. Geodude evolving to Golem be like. Yeah, freaking just big. You know what? We'll go big for a little bit. Why not? We'll stay big for a little bit, you know? I haven't done big model in a bit. It's funny. My chibi model definitely brings about the most people. That's for sure. But it also brings about the most semi-toxic people, which is always wild to me. Big boy. Yeah, we like big boy models. Big boy model's awesome. Okay, so back to this thing again. We're almost through the majority of this thing. I just gotta kind of figure out. I always hate how this one just doesn't really do well with like long names. It came from the Dragon Prince. What kind of Barracuda is that? The smiling kind. Okay, let me kind of figure out how I'm gonna make this work, because unfortunately this is not gonna do us any good. Let's see, if I put you at an 18-point font and then I do aquarium, the chill kind. I don't like the edge to edge rule. Like it just looks like absolute garbage. Like I would prefer if it was like the V shape, because the V shape just reads better. I guess we could technically do this. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what we'll do. I think the best solution here is going to be to grab that, remove this completely. This logo irritates me, but I don't know why. The logo irritates you? Crazy. Crazy, bro. All right. Yeah, that's about the only thing I think I can do to make me physically feel okay about this, because yeah, there's no shot. All right, let's do you and you. Unlock. Put you in the rest. What? Before. How much is it? Okay. In the little container. Who's that? That's wife. The fish looks like it's AI. So unfortunately, Brain Dead, it is AI. This design was made by... Yes. Yes. Okay, thank you. So the biggest thing is in my current line of work, in my current job, I should say, many of my coworkers are requiring themselves to create designs that are unfortunately AI based. And now the biggest thing with the AI is like, it is ethically trained in terms of like the AI that is used is trained using our images and our designs versus normal AI where we just grab other people's stuff. So it maintains our style, but it's just made a lot faster. I myself am not the biggest fan of this change in setup and style, but unfortunately there's not really much I can do besides saying, yes sir, what do you want? You know? So that is what it is. But yeah, tell by the teeth. Yeah, that's fair. And I'm never, and I don't really ever hide behind the idea that, oh yeah, let's use it. You should have a version of the bigger model of your avatar with the hood on too. You know, that's honestly, believe it or not, is a goal of mine. So this model actually came first, but my goal is I would love to make I want to get a new model that is a newer, proper rendition of this guy. But I want to get a new version of this model with a new outfit, the hoodie, and all the other toggles that I have combined. And I want to create a new look, but unfortunately I need money. So one of these days I want to do a crowdfunding for a new model and, you know, slowly and surely work our way towards that goal. But I think I need like, unfortunately models are getting more expensive nowadays, so to get a style that I want, I'm gonna have to definitely look into that. But yeah, one of these days I want to get like a new model. So is Big Bro Nico a vampire? He has fangs. So fun fact, my Chi model also has fangs. So yeah. What's up, Lily? Good to see you. Welcome back. Oh. How are you? Doing pretty good. Currently just chilling out right now. Having a pretty okay day. Gotten through about halfway of our work day so far. Here in a little bit, I'm probably gonna work on some Dungeons and Dragon maps. Try to see if I can get something going, so. Is my door open? Stand by, chat. Give me a minute here. Okay. We're back. My apologies. Had to do a quick little thing there. For some reason my For some reason, my my house made me think that I had a door open. I was like, oh no. You wore a maid outfit? Yeah. I did wear a maid outfit. It was a sub goal on Twitch. And y'all did it, you know? So it was that was a very interesting time in our days. Wow. When did I change models? It changed about like 30 minutes ago, probably. Box working now? Hope it is. Sorry about the chat. Trying to make sure my things aren't going crazy. By the way, don't check my notifications. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean don't check them? What does that mean, bruh? Fun fact, I don't got any notifications. I don't even have any notifications, bro. What you did on Christmas? What did you do on Christmas, Lily? Did you do something fun? You put your phone in your pocket and find yourself here. Crazy. Wild. You broke your leg? Damn. That's insane. Oof. Where in the H? Where does my list go? I'm trying to like find like my list, and for some reason like I'd like log like 30 different things, you know? All right, my bad. Do you work better with us observing you? So believe it or not, actually, there actually is a degree of truth to that. So for me, chat, I have always worked with people in my offices watching me constantly, and I have a firm belief, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, that I like to think that you guys are like my coworkers in an office with me, and, you know, I think you guys keep me accountable, you know? You've liked all of my vids. Crazy. Well, let's see. I'll pull up a video right now and see if there's a like that didn't exist earlier. my boy here went to all 1,300 videos and liked them. Crazy. Guess what? I'm calling cap right now. We're gonna pull up YouTube right here, right now. did it on shorts? Nice. All the shorts. Favorite why you're here? You're here to vibe, you know? That's all that matters. The vibes are all that are obtained. All the likes. Let's go. Now, thank you very much, Brandon. Appreciate you. All right. So we're gonna grab this real quick here. Bring it down. Behind the scenes Nico's channel. Yeah. Now my hand hurts. Crazy. It was your decision. Your fault. I'm very accident prone. Crazy. I feel like there's too much space here. Yeah, we'll have to do it like this a little bit. Yeah, I had to cut my knee and head open and broke my legs two places while falling over. Sounds like you got yourself some genetic situations right there. Tell you what. I was to say I was a mod. My mind is turning on the wrong settings. Saying mod on this channel. I'm a mod on a different channel. Crazy. It's like a little thicker, not by much. Is Hyper really worth it? You know, honestly, I'll say this. So for those who do not know, I actually released a video yesterday or last night of my playthrough of the game Hytale. And for those who are wondering, would I recommend Hytale for anyone who plays Minecraft? Honestly, for me, I believe Hytale is worth it. You know, it's literally Minecraft, but with a lot more quality of life features right off the get-go. The pacing is a little different. It is early access, obviously, but for what I got to play during my time in it, I would definitely say give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. Visually, beautiful game. Beautiful game. I would definitely, I'm probably gonna play it this weekend just for a little bit more fun and get some more content out of that. But if you guys want to see content and, like, you know, kind of see like a full gameplay setup of what Hytale looks like, don't be afraid to check out my channel, and you can of course check the video out, because we did about 3 hours of pretty like intense runarounds. We did so yeah, here's the YouTube video for those who want to check out the Hytale video. But yeah, so it had really fun. It had a really fun world generation, beautiful character models. The mining was interesting. The sounds and the graphics quality was really good. Yeah. When would you think I would become on this channel? Because I never thought about asking you. Brandon, I think it would just depend if we get more people actively on the channel every stream, and if the stream needs a mod, I'll turn you into mod. I love the second Minecraft game that I forgot the name of the game, and it's the same price. Like the Minecraft story mode? think it's Minecraft story mode. So is this the future? Maybe. What's up, Elijah? Good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. Yeah, but I've had people say, like, basically if you were to combine Terraria and Minecraft together, it's like one big thing. It's like a while for your YouTube to access channel to increase. I mean, Brain, really, honestly, at the end of the day, like, it just requires more people to be in the streams, more people to help get more eyes and attention on our videos. So that's why, you know, every like, every comment, every share of the stream, of the videos, those help more people discover our channel. So, you know. All right, so really quick, we're gonna go over here to our thing. So we actually just got a design published by our boss here. All right, so we're gonna pop this over real quick. Put you right there. Embed it. What year is it for you? For me, it's 2026. Yeah, it's still 2026. Elijah, technically, it's physically impossible now for anyone in the world to not be in 2026. Yes, I believe so. Best thing about the live stream is that I don't want to stay. I don't want to leave. I mean, hey, you know, that's all good. Did I do the joke right? I think you did, Brain. Good job. Proud of you. But yeah, really though, like at the end of the day, like every follow, every comment, every like on the stream allows our channel to slowly and surely be discovered by more people. And that's honestly the best thing, you know, and I appreciate that. So you guys are all very helpful people. You're all very, 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 very helpful people. All right, I need to go back over here really quick, and we're gonna go blue macaw. All right, so the height of this thing is at this thing's at 284.97 versus, so we're currently 4 points off. Basically 285. All right, so we need to go up like 5 points. We need to go up like 5 points here. All right, so 295, 284.3, 284.97. All right, let's just make this thing 285. Okay, there we go. You need to change your avatar. What if I don't wanna? And thank you guys all for the lovely things. Thank you for recommending it, Brandon. And like I said, Brandon, as long as you're in the Discord, I'll put mod applications in the Discord. So just keep an eye out on the Discord if you're in it. And if I need a mod, I'll open up applications. So. Because I don't want to have too many mods, because I don't want to get flooded with mods for no reason, so. But I'll keep you in mind, Britain. Keep in mind. Okay. Blue and yellow macaw 2026. .pm. The hell? What is happening here? Oh, I see. Alright, so we're gonna grab this real quick. Alright, so we're gonna put this away for now. Nope. I'm trying to grab this design. Think about it for a good while. Potentially not. I mean, the biggest thing is like if something like causes us to have like if I all of a sudden like have like a really active stream and I don't see any mods, then I'll probably do like an emergency application where it's like, hey, who wants to be a mod for a little while? And it's like, bam, you know? So. All right, chat. Let's go back to Chibi model because we can. Baba Booey. All right. No hoodie. 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 I like hoodie. I don't know why. I love the hoodie personally. The hoodie is my favorite part of my model. Yeah, quite honestly, it is straight up like my favorite thing about my model. Little Nego's back in business. I do see one problem here. There we go. Had to fix up just a little bit because that was definitely going to cause a problem or two. Also, what in the hell? Why are you acting up? Why is this acting up? Hold on. What? Why are you the way you are? Am I insane? No. All right, hold up. Something in there happened. I don't know what that was, but all right, we're gonna try to do a quick little fixer up here because what was happening, Chad, is that for some reason my bird decided to change shapes. Like I don't know how to put it into better words besides like the colors did not match. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why the outline just did not appear proper. I have a question. If all the options are correct, will you look for an error? And how do you know they are correct? If all the options are correct, will you look for an error? Well, I mean, that depends on the circumstances of like what you're looking at or looking for, you know? Because like, if you think about it, a lot of things have multiple solutions to the same problem, you know? Like, at the end of the day, if every answer is genuinely correct, I think if every answer is genuinely correct, I would seek the solution that would be either A, the most favorable to my lifestyle or choice, or B, the answer or solution that I feel like I could incorporate the simplest and most effectively. Because trying to find a flaw in a solution is, you know, self-destructive in my ideas, but definitely something I feel like you don't really need to do, you know? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why that was acting up. For some reason, like, the feathers were looking weird and... Okay. So let's go back over to layers. Turn that off. Turn that off. All right. All right, that's gonna help me out. I don't know why that was like so bad for me, but we got it. All right, next little blip of some music here because we can. If you go AFK, would that mean that you're disconnecting or charging because of your VTuber lore? I would call it probably charging, you know? I would probably call it charging if I disconnected myself. Ow. Yeah. So your stream could spike tomorrow on the day after that, yes. Also, Brandon, just respectfully, I would just like to say, try your best not to worry too much about it, and try your best not to bring it up too many times, just because, you know, if it happens, it happens. And like I said, I already have you down as a potential applicant for mod, so don't bring it up too much and just let things go. You know, you don't need to worry about it that much. It's not that big a deal. Nah, it's not that deep, bro. Is this a design or something else? Yeah, so all these things you're gonna be seeing here on stream chat are gonna be designs of various types and styles. So let's see. Grab this guy real quick here. All right, chat. So we got about an extra free time of an hour here today. So we're gonna work on something a little bit different than graphic designing things. We're gonna do. Just said yes. All right, let me see here. All right, so we're gonna go over to our magical land of Incarnate. All right, chat, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be designing a Dungeons and Dragons map really quick for the sake of a couple of funsies here. So we're gonna do this. All right, chat. So for the next hour, we're gonna do some D&D map making here because we can. All right, we're gonna change up this guy a little bit. D&D map design. The sea lions are really smart, so I'm thinking the sea lions don't even know they exist. I mean, they're just sea lions, man. They're just sea lions, bro. It's not that deep. All right, D&D country maps. Ooh, that's a nifty idea. I like that. Okay. All right, here's what we're gonna do. All right, I have Mr. Krabs. I have an idea. All right, we're gonna do one. So let's see. Delete this. Delete that. All right. So we're going to do a new map. And then this one's going to be let's see here. Oh, go away. Just give me the map. All right, landscape, boom. All right, here we go. All right, chat, we're gonna be doing another round of map designing. All right, chat, so we've got the map more or less here prepared for us right now. So firstly and foremostly, we're gonna try to figure this out. I need to figure out how I'm gonna make this work here. Land. Oh god. Map getting too big. Oh. Website crashed? Potentially? Alright, cool. Alright, so we're gonna delete the thing here, boom. And then we're gonna go ahead and make it back to just being normal water. I can find normal water. All right, there we go. All right, so now what we're gonna try to do here is I want to try to break this apart and try to figure out how I want this like world and this zone to have. So first, we're gonna get a brush add, and I want to see about making a segment of the map here that's basically gonna like dictate like, hey, this is a alternative country. There we go. So yeah. So this right here, chat, this is gonna signify like a region outside of this country, because I want to have a little bit more fun with this. And then brush. I'm looking for like, oh, Sugma. Nope, that's not what I wanted. see if I can switch here. The Avatar Lost Airbender map? Crazy. No, I'm trying to make this like not super humongous, if I'm being honest. Because last time I had a bit of an issue with that where I made my maps way too huge. And I don't want to do that again, you know? I don't want to accidentally make my maps too humongous. That's not really great. All right. So again, I need to figure this out. Like, I gotta remember like how these like map colorations work, because this is not. Oh, well, that's not at all what I do. Oh God. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, goodness me. I was like, am I not allowed to modify? Huh. Alright, let's return. Yeah, don't save. New map. Okay, yeah, it's not gonna really help me out here. Yeah, welcome up, guys. Alright, and then we're gonna go Oxford map 2, create. Alright, let's start off once again. So again, land tool, boom. And I'm going to see about modifying this a little bit here. So again, this segment of the map is going to be dictated for a country that is technically on the other side of a large mountain range. There we go. Yeah, just like a large country outside of this here. All right, so then that takes care of this region here for us. And now we get to draw. Now we're gonna draw like the actual map home of our other places. So from here on out, it's gonna be countries. So excuse me. So now making D&D maps? Yes. We're gonna be making a D&D map. Thank you. All right. I think I like right about there should hopefully assist with what I'm trying to do here. All right. What's D&D? D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons. It's a fantasy role-playing game that my friends and I have been playing for years, and is kind of like the staple to a lot of my my friendships with people, you know. It's also how I met my wife too. All right, I'm gonna add some more land again. And we're just kind of doing like some drafting right now, chat. Nothing too crazy right now, but we're gonna kind of see where where the creations kind of flow, you know. And then we can do a nice, reasonably sized little section of land here. And then I'm thinking like we can add like a really super small like land bridge like right there. There we go. Okay. King Nico, God of Hightail. Hell yeah. Maybe I will subtract a segment of this and kind of retain some more land masses to work with here. There we go. So then in this situation then, I'm trying to think like how I want to figure out how I want to design this thing right now, because as of right now, I think like, let me go back. Let me do some subtraction here and see if I can do like some, to kind of make it a little bit more, I don't know. I'm trying to like, I want to like make like these like peninsulas here a little bit more unique in a way, you know? Something to kind of have a bit more fun with it. I wonder if I can make it, maybe I should make like an island here. Nico, I call you Nick now. Brandon, I would prefer you just call me Nico, personally. You know, because that's like my name. And also, I don't want people in the chat to get confused on to who you're talking to, so... respectfully. I'm looking at this, I'm just trying to like envision the world, you know? I'm trying to envision like the circumstance that I'm in right now. Because, like, this right here, this is the original map that I had made at the time. And I liked this one because, like, it had, like, a good territory split. But I feel like I've unintentionally reduced the amount of forests that exist out here in the world. And I could totally add more. Definitely can add a lot more. Yeah, I feel like I unintentionally like deforested my whole kingdom and land here, which is definitely not what I want. Yeah, definitely needs more spots. Like, I feel like I definitely unintentionally deforested my region here. There we go. Embrace Hello Kitty Island. Crazy. And then go back down over to here real quick. All right, there we go. Yeah, definitely need a lot more trees. Yeah, more mountains, more trees, more stuff in general. Yeah, I kind of like how that's coming about a little bit more. Yeah, heavily forested area here. And then less trees over here. All right. So for right now, I'll leave that alone for the moment. And then throw in some more mountains over here probably. Yeah, I think I need to add more mountain ranges, honestly. I don't think I really added that many. Or at least not enough to feel proper. All right. All right, we'll leave that alone for the moment just because I want to save this and kind of leave this as a spot point. Welcome over, Toyota. All right, I want to remap. I want to remake this one a little bit because I thought I wanted to do more partial land, but I didn't really like what I was making here. All right, try it again. I wonder if it would be better for me to do a... Maybe I go the other way around. Maybe instead of going from water to land, I'll go land to water. So we're gonna fill in this whole spot here, and we're gonna do a lot. We're gonna try to chisel this away and shave off the water. You know, actually, you know what? I wanna. I think I visualize better when I go from land to water. Yeah. All right. So first, I want to make a nice, like, little secondary island that's more deserty in style. So yeah, this island will become a desert. Or actually, I could make like a little tri-spot, a little corner zone. Yeah, nice little desert corner map right there. And then... Oh, I see. Alright, so we have that working up as is. And then... try to add some stuff here. Not bad. Okay. So what if I do in this case like a nice little beach area here, swervel into that, and then I always have like a hard time doing all this stuff, you know. I always have a hard time making a island-based map because for some reason islands are always so hard, you know. Islands are always like such a annoying and kind of problematic little place to try to make things stuff and trying to figure out what I can do here. Maybe I'm trying too hard to make multiple islands, and instead, what if instead we do this in a different fashion? What if we do kind of like a corner, and we kind of like, we round it off, so like, it's like right corner map here, right? And then... Yeah, we got a nice little corner map there, followed by a nice little... Alright, I think I'm going to reduce this thing, honestly. I'm going to reduce it to about, like, right there. Make, like, a nice little channel. Little channel. Nope. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now... if I can make this work here. So now, looking at all this potential items and stuff here. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Maybe I should just like take this and say hell yeah, you know? I think I will. Maybe I think I'm gonna hold on to this map because I kind of liked what I got going on here. I just gotta kind of figure out like how I want this to visually go. All right, so that will work out for the most part for us. And then I think what I want to do is I want to grab anything of like white sandy beaches. Oh God, no, that's not what I wanted to happen. I wanted you to stay on. Nope. Why does it do that? Why are you not being nice? Yeah, I want to paint my land. So why? Texture, color, go away. Texture scale. That's not gonna help me at all. Yeah, I don't know why the heck. Don't know why the heck I'm not getting what I want. Hold on, I got a black screen real quick here. Not a fan of that. Don't want it. Oh. It's very interesting. Alright, I think for the most part, yeah, because we've got forest lands, we've got water, we've got marshes. I kind of want to bring back a marsh again. Let's see, where's my... Not green water. Ugh. Like, why is it coloring the water and not the grass? Like that's part that's like throwing me off a little bit. I'm not the most pleased about that. Ah, man. Yeah, this thing's not giving me love. Not a lot of love right now, which admittedly kind of sucks. Oh well. I mean, I've got plenty of forest. I've got kind of industry up the wazoo. I must be stupid. Like, there's stamp stuff. Oh. Oh, well, that would have been good to know. Alright, hold up. I didn't realize I could freaking make a cobblestone road. Well, now I want to figure this out. It's too small. All right, you know what? Not bad. Okay, I think like for the most part, like looking at like how like this map can be, I think it's reasonable. Reasonable enough, you know? All right, cool. So we have Capital City 1, or Proper City 1, City 2, City 3, and then there's a bunch of random villages out and about. So overall for a kingdom, I think it's a pretty okay little zone. And then we'll put the capital city of Misbegotten there. All right, I think that's about all I can do for this map before I'm trying too hard. But I don't wanna put too much. I don't want to go too crazy into this guy here, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to rest my voice and kind of focus up on the rest of the evening. As always, though, if you guys did end up enjoying today's stream, do consider liking, subscribing, and all the other good vibes and other good things you can do. But of course, guys, we are gonna go ahead and take a break. Just as a reminder, folks, there will not be a night stream today, as I am going to be focusing up on some side hustle stuff, as well as working on some outside content things. But again, guys, be awesome, be amazing, be well. I will catch you guys all on the next stream, and thank you, by the way, to everyone who came by and subscribed and joined our lovely community. And again, we'll see you guys all in the next one. One more time, though, adios, sayonara, and goodbye.